turn that down just a little bit. It's bad. It's very loud. Yeah. I'm going to mess with the microphone for a second. That may be good. What's up, Katie? So, give me one more second. I'm going to mess with this microphone just a little bit. Yeah, that's good. I guess that's good. All right. That's cool. Hey, KK. Just like a party or two. Hi, my name's Bill. It's nice to meet you, KK. So as we wait, I guess we wait. That's okay. I was thinking of going a little different direction tonight. We'll see how it goes. I have to do something about this sound. It's not good. It's very strange. All right, that's a little better. Probably sounds the same to you, regardless, right? Regardless. Sounds the same no matter what I switch to. Sounds the same? All right. Well, whatever. What's up, Mr. Nazawa? All right, sounds good. That's good. That's great, actually. So I'm playing this little clip here while I let the stream kind of play out. I won't keep it going too much longer. Some of these songs I don't even understand. All right, I'm gonna try that. I actually need 2 seconds. I left my list right over there. Marvelous Mel in the house. Everybody in the house. Thanks for coming and showing up so late. I am a complete mess here. Look at, it's just crazy. Like, scribble. All right. All right. So I was thinking of like covering some stuff. All right. I don't know what order these go in, so I guess I'll just blast away. How's that? Can you hear me okay with the music in the background? Is that okay? Is that okay? Is there a problem? Can you hear me? I'll turn it off. Oh yeah, my blue. I'll tell you what, KK or KK Mel. When I'm wearing my blue, look out. It was the next cleanest shirt in the pile. So tonight's blue. KK, you can hear. Thank you, KK. I'm glad you can. Because I probably won't go as deep as I went last night. I don't know. I have a hankering for going way too hardcore in the paint. I don't know. I don't know how it's to be you guys. I really don't. Don't. I don't know how to think differently and be differently that way. Like I'm just motored for like, let's do this. Please. For all that's good in the world, let's do this. Let's get this done. The information. It's good. Is it strong? Is it supported? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Supported. Absolutely supported. And it's been wonderful watching it. But, you know, you know. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying. Uh-huh. Yeah. Here's one for the old time's sake. So there's that. But I digress. Let me talk for a second about Kellyanne Conway. You guys know who she is? Kellyanne Conway. Let me know in the chat if you know who she is, because before I go into it, I'd like to know if you know who I'm talking about. So let me know. You're cooking? What are you cooking up, Mr. Nozawa? Obviously, you can't answer. Yes. You'll be back because you're cooking. Yeah. I don't know what's up with James. I can't. I don't know how to pull it up. I have no idea why that guy can't get in the chat. That's nuts. I'll try one more thing here. Let me try this. Jeez, there's just no way. There's just no way, you guys. As far as I see, I don't even have an ability to, like, he's not in anything that I can click, that I could whatever. So I don't understand it at all. If any of you have answers, proceed. Anyway, Kellyanne Conway. Anybody know who she is? Pitbull Conway, says Mel Monty. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. Not as tough as Sarah Sanders, though, in my opinion. LOL. I don't even. Mel says remove his moderator status and then give it back to him. No, I don't even have an ability to see James. Like he's not showing up like restricted or anything. I can't search him while we're doing like a live stream. Do I have to search him? How could I search him like from this live stream to see that he's got an issue? I don't even know how to consider figuring that out. I don't think you can, but remove his moderator status, then give it back to him. But from where? From where? Beef teriyaki, sliced hot dog, and onions and scallops. Dude, that sounds golden. Even with the hot dogs. That's how, even with the hot dogs, I'm sure you're slicing them very thin, nice little slices of beef hot dogs. I hope. Tell me they're not Franks. If they are, all right, it's cool. No judgment. Tell me they're beef Franks. When I'm golfing and I get to the ninth hole and we get a hot dog, I don't ask what kind of hot dog it is, just so you know. I just kind of mash it. Ow, gone. Gone. The mammiest of the mammiest is Joe Mama. Joe Mama. Joe Mama. Mm, nice to see you, girl. It's good to see all of you. D, Mel, KK. Enlightened Jess. There you go. You snuck in there. I didn't see it for a bit. You're tardy, but you made it. Yeah, you did. You made it. And even if you don't make it and you watch the replay, you still made it. It's cool. So I did pose the question, Kellyanne Conway, and I got sidetracked. And Mel, you nailed it. The pit bull, Kellyanne Conway. Um, she is 100% boss. Now, Mel, you brought up the contradiction of the two, Sarah Sanders and Kellyanne Conway. I love Sarah Sanders, so this is a lot like picking like two of the greats. But I do have to put her second fiddle to Kellyanne Conway, and the reason I say that is Kellyanne Conway is still out there, and the questions are hard. I mean, they are, and she's doing many more in very various regions within the White House lawn and all of this. I mean, she's mobile and doing these. Sarah Sanders was at least, and I say that tongue in cheek because it was a shark infested waters within that room, but she was at least at the pulpit and had the power of the pulpit. And it seems like they just, as the more this goes on, the more delusional that the left gets as this goes on. It seems like the questions become just harsher in every way, harsher as it goes on. And it's understandable. I mean, we do understand what's going on, right? We are watching the death of the deep state and all of those in their grasp. We're watching the death of it. So it only makes sense that they're going to get louder and dumber. And she's on there in the front lines, kicking that ass, as only Kellyanne can do, while married to that POS, George Conway. Man, this guy, I tell you what, I don't even want to, I'm just going to leave it at that. If you don't know who he is, then it's Kellyanne Conway's husband. You couldn't have a more diverse, odd couple than these two. So how they say it like that, but I wouldn't want him in my house. All right, all right. So Kellyanne, she's a total badass. She's a boss. I like her a lot. I like what she has to say. What's up, Great Informer? Nice to see you as well. Yeah. So I guess I was feeling very repetitive tonight because not only did I write that Kellyanne Conway is a boss, on the next sheet I said Bill Barr is a boss. All right, well that's okay. I do have a point to make as soon as I interact with you guys, so I will make that in a minute. I learned a few new things about old General Barr today, positive things. Color me interested, Jess. I'd love to know. Oh, Great Informer. You know what? I played it up a little bit. I not sure I disagree with you, actually. I'm not convinced I disagree with that. That is a spin that it seems like it's so blatant, right? Like over the top, like over the top. And it took one time where Kellyanne just said, "Our private life is none of your business," and it kind of squashed it all. But he still has a voice, and he works for CNN, and I could absolutely see a great informer, and that is a wonderful, beautiful, smart, I think, catch on your part. I think it's great. But you said it first. I didn't. But it is something I was thinking. So I get no credit for that. And self admittedly, that's yours. We'll see if we get some people to come in. That would be cool. Great informer. I appreciate it. Um, it's never been about that, but it's great to connect with like minded people. I can tell you that much. Met some wonderful people, not only in the chat, but and in other circumstances where it's just the power of people that are like-minded that is part of the plan. That's what's beautiful. You are part of the plan. All of you are. We all are. Everybody are. That eventually wakes up. Eventually, blam, you're part of the plan. I guess you're part of the plan either way, if I'm actually being honest. But you're on the good side of being on the plan. The good side is to understand that what he's doing is, it's hard to see how they argue against it, isn't it? Isn't it difficult to wonder how they can take a position against the changes that he's making? How is it that any of the mainstream television stations that just kill Trump every night, kill him every night, they get him in the morning shows on everybody, but let's face it, except Fox. And Fox raises, they have the most audience, they have all of this, they raise very, very good information. But how is it that anybody could possibly be asleep on anything more than a 10 or 15% level, that just could not, can't see what's going on? What is this fiasco going on within the Democrat Party where Mike Bloomberg, who is yet to be in a debate, who I didn't realize it, Trump said he's short. This guy's 5'4". Now, no offense to anybody at all, but apparently that's kind of one of his Achilles heels, his Achilles tendon. Apparently, I think that's exactly why Trump brought it up. Personally, it doesn't matter, I don't think, to many people what your height is. It depends on what's coming out of your bazoo, right? If your bazoo sounds dumb, then you're 5'4" and dumb. If your bazoo sounds intelligent, smart, good, analytic, just analytical and of the people and for the people, well, I think people accept that. People are beyond really physical attributes. I know it came up in the 2016 elections, but it was mostly them trying to dog on Trump for his hair, and then that one thing came up with his hands, and he looked at what was his name? What's his name? What's his name? Rand Paul. He looks at him. He's like, I don't criticize him. There's plenty of material available for that, but I can't believe it. He hit me on my hands, and he implied that if there's my hands are small, something else could be small. And I assure you that there's no problem in that department. It was hilarious. The man is a genius. He is a lyrical acrobat when it comes to on a candle. I mean, you snuff it out. I honestly cannot wait for him to debate anybody. If it's Bernie, I think that'd be great. Nobody could be alive around Donald Trump. People will die. They'll die. No, Bernie, that's not the case. Your campaign's going to die, but you're not going to get the chance, buddy. Democrats can't allow you, a socialist, a self-proclaimed socialist, and you might as well call yourself a communist because that's really what you believe in, the Communist Manifesto. Total Marxism, 100%. I'm not saying his heart's in the wrong place. Maybe somewhere outside of all that bravado, he actually believes it. I guess he does. But after growing up and living in America, why does he feel that way? Why did he take his honeymoon in communist Russia when it was still communist Russia? When Ukraine, Belarus, all of them were still part of Mother Russia, which was controlled and run by the mafia, still is. That's just how shit gets done in a communist country. While people wait in bread lines, while people wait for toilet paper. Some of you don't remember it, but I'm not terribly, terribly old. I guess I'm getting close to being that, but I'm kind of middle aged, and I remember watching people of Russia standing in line for toilet paper and bread, and not just like 3 or 4 people. I'm talking about wrapped around the building and going down the street. These people are coming to get their bread. Is that the world you want to live in? You want to live in that world so that they can strip everything from the people that have done things the correct way to make themselves wealthy, and a lot of them have. A lot of them, if you give them credit, a lot of them have put their nose to the grindstone and really carved out something on a belief that this country offers. This country does offer you to dream. Not everything is corrupt. Not everything is bad. There are so many companies that exist today that are founded on good moral people with a dream that worked within the framework that was offered to them. And, good for them. Now, the ones that rose to the very, very tippy top of everything, that just have huge corporations and all that, have some of them decided to go the way of the government because they thought Hillary was going to get elected and all that? Yeah, they did. Pay to play. Pay to play. That's where a lot of that comes in. And that's where you start talking about a lot of money laundering, which is about to be exposed. Now, as this goes on, I hate to always just like center on Q, okay? I hate to center on it all the time because there's more to what's going on than just Q. There's the other side of the fence that I've told you guys numerous times, but not so recently. But it's time for me to come back and revisit it. And it's the matter that President Trump is taking down the central bank, the Federal Reserve. The deep state operates from the Federal Reserve, which transferred into their operation into the IMF, International Monetary Funds, and their basket of currencies. Just think of them one step higher or 2 steps higher than the Fed. And they do that for everybody, which led into the ECB, the European Central Bank System. Why do you think that Britain is gotten themselves with the Brexit out of that? They want no part of the European Union. The ECB is corrupt as it gets. It's corrupt. It's all corrupt. The good news is that Trump and his team understand this. That's why Steve Mnuchin is the Secretary of the Treasury within the Trump DOJ. He used to work for Goldman Sachs. This guy knew what all the people were pushing, how they were pushing it, how they were gaming the system, how the entire monetary system of the US was about to be flipped upside down in 2009. Mnuchin knew all of it. And Trump said, I need him. Not because he was the problem, he was a cog in a avalanche of just the giant proportion of debt that was falling down the mountain. He did his part to do his part to get his money. But what Mnuchin was genius in his own regard. And that is why he is the Secretary of the Treasury right now. He's been given a second chance. This is the kind of guy that, like, I don't know his history completely, but if he had a degree in engineering of astrophysics, I wouldn't be surprised, not even for a second. Not even for a second. Steve Mnuchin has opened the door and shown the president exactly how the monetary system works and how they print currency into oblivion. See, our money system, our currency system is only as strong as the faith and confidence of the world within our money. Because at this point, we don't offer anything except the fact that we are consumers. And as long as we consume, the rest of the world in their third world country sweatshops can survive. So it's important that you remember to be somebody that spends lots of money on lots of shit you don't need. Make sure you do that. That has been the model of the world for the last 50 years, 60, 70 years now. Basically since the 1950s. Once the international highway system went through the United States, forget it. They were able to reach every household within the United States. Mail order catalogs right to your door. You kidding me? This all has been in the works for a long time. It's the socialism agenda. It's the Communist Manifesto. Rot your enemy out from the inside. Karl Marx. Marxism. Yeah, this intervention by putting President Trump in there right now. Listen, I don't know. Maybe there needs to be more time to come back and talk about it and figure it out. But man, it feels to me like the Patriots struck while the iron was hot. It's almost like this plan was well into development before President Trump decided to run to be the president. And I think it did. But I think that there was value, and he gripped onto it, and he understood what the central bank was doing to this country, how they were going to use it as leverage to bring all the wealth down to such a low level that we would be on par with the rest of the world, which I'm not, I mean, it sounds terrible. I'm not shitting on the rest of the world. I'm just saying that if America is great, every other country is greater. If you bring down everything that America represents, and you destroy its liberty and you destroy its rights and the Constitution, you break the will of the world. There are no other options. Eventually, Israel would have dried up. Because when you're fighting globalism, you don't have a defense against the world. Not when they're sabotaging you from inside. Not when they're rotting out the minds of our children in the public school system and through the college system and universities. These libtard professors are the worst. The worst. So it's good that your kid, if going on to higher education, has a good foundation within them. And that requires you to have an open relationship and a lot of moments where you open up dialogue and talk to your kids on any level or your grandkids. Maybe that ship has sailed on your own children, but you did okay. That's fine. But put your mark into your grandkids. Ask them questions. Get them to open up. The only thing that offers you the ability to put knowledge onto somebody else is questions. You have to ask questions of people. People love talking about themselves. That's how you'll learn about them. That's how you'll learn how to approach the truth with them one day if they ever need it. I mean, it's all good experiences. All right, I went a little bit crazy there. Sorry. Um, did I say that Mike Bloomberg was a PLS? If I didn't, I did now. And he's a hypocrite. Talking about throwing people up against the wall. Not people, I mean black people. Black people. And he's got a lot more shit that he said that's terrible. And he is he's paying almost double to anybody that works on his campaign. You're gonna think that's a recruiting video so you guys can go get a job. I'm just teasing. But like for somebody to work on a campaign is like 36,000 a year, I guess is the average. This guy's paying $72,000 for anybody that will sell their soul and jump on his campaign. There's already been a major op-ed posted down in Florida about a black gentleman who was offered $6,500 a month plus full medical and dental and all that if he would endorse Mike Bloomberg. 21 years old, that kind of cash, $6,500 a month. That's pretty good money. Pretty good money. He declined it and said, "You can't buy my vote. You can't buy my vote." Good on him. From here going out into the November election, you guys, a lot of what's going to have to be the deciding factor is going to be the optics of how people perceive what's going on moving forward. I think President Trump is in a unique, awesome position to truly expose the deep state. I mean, I think a lot of people are scratching their heads right now, going, "What? They just got over this impeachment, and they're going to like." People are talking about investigating them more and more and more. I talked to a Democrat today. He said, "I'm not even voting." He said, "I can't vote for Trump." He said, "But I'm not even voting." So I said, "You gonna vote for Bernie?" "I'm not even voting." I said, "Good on you. Good job. Make sure you don't. Make sure you don't. I would much rather have you not vote than to go vote for one of those turds." And there's no way the Democrats are going to let Bernie Sanders win the Democrat nomination. They're not going to do it. Apparently, they said that because Bernie got screwed out of the DNC electorate, to go against Trump, that a lot of the people that were going to vote for Bernie changed their vote and voted for Trump against Hillary. So will there be an overabundance of that happening this time around? Will there be some? I mean, if there was a lot last time, then there's going to be some. And we'll take some. We'll take it because Trump is going to win the states that he won last time. And it's going to be on a bigger margin with the white American, however you want to call it, Caucasian, women, blacks, browns, and Asians. It's going to be record numbers voting for Trump than it was ever in the history of anybody voting for another president. They're not going to let them screw with the elections. There's certainly, if they do, they might let them screw with it enough to try to give whoever the candidate is the popular vote again. But Trump will win in a landslide in the Electoral College. And that will be further damaging proof of how rigged the elections have been in the past. And they have been rigged. In the past, they've been rigged. And if everybody will just take a moment to realize it and do that much research to see how you can put someone's name on, slide it in that machine that's supposed to count it, and it comes back and gives you the other candidate, then you don't have to do a whole lot more thinking. It's been shown, they've proven it, they've shown it. They have the ability to write that code in where it changes your vote. And most of those were George Soros company owned voting machines. They know this. There's a reason I know this, not because I'm sleuth. I'm not sleuthy, but I've listened. I've heard it. None of it's refuted. I mean, I happen to live in a state where ID is required to vote, but there's something like 20 states where you don't need ID to vote at all. How many people can they cram in there to vote just to get the popular vote? Because these states that don't have it don't have major electoral vote power. Some of them do. I'm talking a little bit hyperbolic but it seemed to me that most of them were flyover states. And so, yeah, they offer 5, 6, 10, 4, 9 electoral votes and that kind of stuff. And those are very important, very important. But if you don't have voter ID, you have to show identification to vote. How many people can they cram in there to vote? How many dead people can they cram in there to vote? Well, I don't know the answer, but maybe I do know the answer. The answer is it'll be enough. It'll be exactly what they need. So maybe we have to go through this election in November and bite our nails a little bit and wonder and say, I can't believe this isn't going as fast as it should be going. And they're dragging this out and this and that. Listen, I've been back and forth. Are we in the Great Awakening or are we in the storm? I guess we got a toe dipped in both pools. We are still in the Great Awakening. We are in the storm. They're hand in hand. They go together. They go together. We're in all of it. We're in both. And nobody has all the answers. All we can do is look to the facts that will hopefully lead us to the truth. But you have to have discernment. You have to have discernment. And you have to be able to call bullshit on your own side if you see it. Or at least be willing to. And when you have that, then I think you have the truth. There's a guy who will never vote for Trump ever in his life. His name is Tim Pool. He said he's not going to vote, but he has a YouTube channel. And the guy does not trash on Trump. What he's doing is he points out how bad the Democrats are. And he does give lots of things to Trump that are like, yes, he should be beating you. He should this. I didn't think I would ever say his channel to promote him a little bit, but listen, I've listened to him for about 6 or 8 months. But in the last 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks, he is really caught like fire with this really good discernment with him. He is calling it out. I mean, he's calling it out. And because of whatever he believes, he'll never vote for Trump. But I mean, he's not trying to like round up everybody to get him to vote Democrat. He just kind of calls it out. He's like actually doing journalism, but he happens to be, Democrat believer, I guess. It's pretty good. Tim Pool. It's pretty good. He's not bad. He's pretty good. Very good. All right. So Greg Gutfeld of the Gutfeld Show of the Five. Greg Gutfeld, if you don't know him, Google him. He's very good. Uh, he's tremendous. He's absolutely tremendous dog. He is tremendous. Gutfeld says that Trump will be hard to beat at the ballot box. So I kind of overshot my point there and kind of wrapped that up in my rant. But Gutfeld is correct. That's true. So something I wanted to bring up also was how the investigations originally went from Russia to the Ukraine, and now they're kind of like uh, Trump didn't get, impeached in the Senate, and that information is still out there. I mean, the evidence that they started to try to put out there with Ukraine having their hand in it, showing so much that it probably wasn't Russia. That leads me to talk about CrowdStrike, which is a server that was held in the Ukraine. CrowdStrike. That's why Trump brought it up. The reason that I bring it up is to let you know that the word CrowdStrike means the server that also holds all of the emails that we've been told that Hillary Clinton deleted, smashed with hammers the Blackberries, and had everything bit bleached, which is a program. I mean, they're not pouring actual bleach onto anything. It's a program. But it's a very expensive program to wipe everything clean. It doesn't matter. If I could end the stream right now and think that and delete it and think it's never out there, it's out there somewhere. This stream's out there. Every stream that I've gone on and deleted is out there somewhere. And that's true with Hillary Clinton's emails. And the source is called CrowdStrike. And you're going to see it more in the news coming up soon. Soon. Pay attention. CrowdStrike has the servers. So I'll reiterate one last time on Andrew McCabe. I know I kind of said my piece last night, and that's how I felt about it. If you didn't see it, watch the stream from last night. But he didn't get prosecuted because it's about to all be exposed and blown open in the Durham report. Think about it. Had Comey been indicted and arrested in a trial, and now McCabe arrested in a trial, where would the news cycle be? It would be totally focused on these guys and what's going on, and now what's Trump doing, and now this and that. No, this is leading everything to the direction that these unsealed indictments will be, or these sealed indictments will be unsealed, and there will be a mass arrest. Otherwise, they would have already arrested these cats. In a New York minute, they would have arrested Comey, Clapper, Brennan, Rosenstein, and 100,000 other ones that are in the sealed indictment category. The military stands at the ready. You're watching a movie, as I've stated many times, per cue. We are watching a movie. Patriots are in control. No matter what your emotions want to lead you to believe, no matter if you're being fed up saying it's not happening fast enough, any of that, let it go. You're watching a movie. The reality is that everything that we are seeing and opening our eyes to is, I don't know, it's like being a patriot in 1776. You're witnessing the changing of the old guard. That's what 1776 was, a changing of the old guard. That means, oh, we do things differently now. That's what we're watching. That's what we're seeing. More people need to be awake. More things need to happen. More people need to get fed up with the Democrats going after President Trump. More of all of this. And the harder they go at Trump, the more they expose themselves. They probably wake up 1,000 people a day, every day, just by reruns and people watching YouTube videos and seeing the next debacle that they're going to go after. Maybe that's a low number. Maybe it's like 10,000 a day. I don't know. But you sure can't dispute the message and the results that Trump has delivered. So it's like, how do you fight against winning? How do you fight against that? You can't, nor should you be able to. The man is over the top. He is exactly what he is supposed to be in this plan. And finally, I was thinking about changing the name of the channel. I'm not married to the idea, but it was a fleeting moment, so I scribbled down a couple names for the channel, and I want to let you know what you think. So, um, coming in at number 0 is Loving Your Bills. Loving Your Bills. What do you think? Okay. All right. So the next one is Mockingbird Truth Media. Kind of like that one. Die gave me a zonk. I kind of like that as well. I kind of do like that. That's funny. I like that. It's pretty good. Mockingbird is better. Yeah. I like that word too. The first one I did, I hope you know. I hope you know that wasn't in the running. Um, and then I have Truth Media Network. But that sounds kind of like there's got to be 100,000 of those out there, right? All right. I have one more, but I won't share that one. Mhm. Nope. I know that's funny, right, D? That would be a good name. I'm all on I'm all on notes. So I don't think I have anything left to say. Oh, I kind of like it too. I do. I don't hate it. I'm starting to grow into it a little bit. But I didn't know what else to call it at the time. So that's what we got called. I guess it's okay. These cues. All right. I love you guys. Happy Sunday night. I hope your Monday is awesome. Most people have bad Mondays. I don't know why. Not you people. You people have great Mondays. And I hope your Monday is great and phenomenal. I hope it's fabulous. And it will be. So keep your faith regardless, but keep your faith also in this movement. Don't be down when you realize they don't get a clown like McCabe. Realize his day's coming later. They're going to nab them all of them, one big net. Congratulations. You're under arrest for treason against the United States of America. Enjoy your flight to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. That's what's up, I believe. Could I be wrong? Yep. Oh, yeah. I could be all kinds of wrong. But it sure don't feel like it. It sure don't feel like that. Everything seems to be lining up very nice. And we still have Q all along the way. And we still have Trump tweeting all along the way. It's incredible, right? I mean, we are witnessing what we're witnessing. I know that sounds dumb as hell to say, but you get what I'm saying on what we're witnessing. For those of you that just, you know what that statement means. It's like everything, everything. Pretty cool time in life. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty cool. I ain't mad. It's nice seeing you, my friends. You guys have an awesome, awesome Monday. And rest your week. I might see you sooner than that. Don't know. Let's watch the news or listen or alternative sources within the internet. Watch those and listen to whoever gives you your information. That's what I do, and I think it's fun. So now you know this. You guys have a good night. I love you. Bye.